Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the next part of Vision IAS Current Affairs Magazine Audiobook. So, let's start with the part number 3 Economy. National Logistical Policy NLP. Why in news? The PM unveiled the National Logistic Policy NLP to promote seamless flow of goods across the country and to improve the Indian goods competitiveness in the domestic as well as global markets. Logistic ecosystem in India. Logistics, that is, the overall process of managing how resources are acquired, stored, and transported to the final destination, has become an important part of the economy. The Indian logistics sector is estimated to be over $250 billion in 2021 and expected to reach $380 billion by 2025. To improve infrastructure and logistics services, government has taken several initiatives for the systematic infrastructure development for improved efficiency, such as PM Gati Shakti, National Master Plan to build world-class infrastructure and fill the missing gaps for holistic and integrated development. It encompasses ongoing initiatives like Bharatmala Pariyojana, Sagarmala, etc. National Rail Plan to create the future-ready railway system by 2030. The logistics is across the different state leads index to access and assess the logistic performance of the states and UTs and further improve their logistic performance. Several other reforms were introduced in the last decade, such as paperless exempt trade process through e-Sanchit, fearless assessment of custom, e-way bills, FASTag, GST, etc., for the efficiency and other benefits. Logistic process. Raw material goes to supplier, then it goes to manufacturing company, then to the distribution, then to the customer, and then to the consumer. Need for National Logistic Policy NLP. High logistic cost. When compared to the global benchmarks, the cost of logistics in India is extremely high, 13 to 14% of GDP, as compared to the other major economics, which is 8 to 9% of GDP. Within it, transportation cost accounts for most of the India's logistic cost, around 53%, followed by warehousing 12% and material handling 10%. Poor logistic performance ranking. India ranked 44th in 2018 Global Logistic Performance Index given by World Bank. Low competitiveness. Due to high logistic cost, Indian goods lacks competitiveness both in the domestic as well as export markets. Over-dependence on roads. Despite nearby double cost of road transport in the comparison to railway and waterway, 64.5% of goods are transported through roads as compared to 25% globally. Low investments. High cost inefficiencies in ultra-modern logistics act as a hurdle in attracting large-scale investment in India to turn into manufacturing warehouse. Governance issue. In India, logistics sector involves 20 government agencies, 40 partner government agencies, 37 export promotion council, 500 certifications with over 10,000 commodities, reducing the ease of doing business. Disintegrated network. India has about 200 shipping agencies, 36 logistics services, 129 inland container depots, 168 container freight stations, 50 IT ecosystem, banks and insurance agency, largely working in silos. The National Logistic Policy NLP Vision to develop a technologically enabled, integrated, cost efficient, resilient, sustainable, and trusted logistic ecosystem in the country for accelerated inclusive growth. Pillars of NLP. It is based on the four major pillars as given in the image. NLP also includes the Comprehensive Logistic Action Plan (CLAP) to implement the policy with the 8 key action areas. Integrated Digital Logistics System to develop the system of unified logistics interface. Standardization of physical assets and the benchmarking services, quality standards. The logistics, human resource development, and the capacity building to develop an overarching logistics and human resource strategy. State engagement. By supporting the development of state, city level logistic plans, set up an institutional framework at city, state level, measure and monitor the actions by state. EXIM, Export Import Logistic, to address infrastructure and procedural gaps in the connectivity and to create the efforts and reliable logistic network. Service Improvement Framework, for improving the regulatory interface to enable seamlessness between the sectors. Sectoral Plan for efficient logistics to develop for each sector. Facilitation for the development of logistic parks. Implementation. NLP will be implemented by empowered group of secretaries, egos created under the PM Gati Shakti. Potential challenges to NLP. While promising a holistic transformation in operational and functional aspects of the logistics sector, the successful implementation of NLP faces challenges such as cooperation from the all states for timely regulatory approvals falling under the state's jurisdiction. Example, presently only about half of the states have developed their respective logistic policy. Inadequate trained manpower. Due to lack of courses and programs on the logistic and the supply chain management, no proper system for the job role identification, competency mapping, and the curriculum approval. Ensuring the digital connectivity. To complement the logistic policy, the acceptance of digital technologies by transporters due to issues of the digital literacy and anti-competitive practices by transport unions. Limited alternatives to the first and last mile connectivity provided by roads. Way forward. The recent All India Council for Technical Education AICTE initiative of forming a task force to focus on developing and implementing the technical skilling courses on the logistic and supply chain management with the premier institutes across the country is a good step. Further, work could be done on aligning state policy with the NLP and ensuring all states have logistic policy in practice, encouraging private sector investment in warehousing infrastructure, engaging transport unions to move towards a new work culture, creating a support system, financial, educational, and technical to reduce the logistic cost. Four pillars of NLP. First, Unified Logistic Interface Platform ULIP. ULIP is a three-tier structure to bring all the digital services related to the transportation sector on the single portal, freeing the exporters from the host of very long and cumbersome process. Second, integration of the digital system IDS. Under IDS, 30 different systems of 7 departments are integrated, including data from the road transport, railways, custom, aviation, and commerce department. Third, ease of logistic e-logs. E-logs is the digital platform for the industry associations to take up any operational and the performance issue with the government directly. System Improvement Group. SIG will monitor all the logistic projects regularly through a group of officers from the ministries concerned. Target. Target of NLP is to reduce the cost of logistics in India to comparable global benchmarks by 2030. Logistic Performance Index ranking endeavored to be among the top 25 countries by 2030 and to create the data driven decision support mechanism for the efficient logistic ecosystem. Thank you. Now we have completed with the National Logistic Policy. In next part, we will see making India a manufacturing hub. Thank you. Have a good day. And if you at all find this audiobooks helpful in your preparation, please do not forget to subscribe UPSC Shorts. Thank you so much once again.